So we are here, RF Tech Solution, and we are a group of working professionals. So we are mainly in training, okay, individual corporate trainings, and apart from that, we also have some working projects where we are providing services to our customer, mainly in field testing and lab testing and that log analysis. Okay, so this is basically about us. From training perspective, today's demo we have planned for 4G, 5G, and ORAN. Apart from that, we do have some batches for like data science, DevOps, okay, IMS, okay. For these one also we have separate training sessions, okay. So that is about us. Just a second, let me share my screen. Okay, so in today's demo session, we will cover, I will try to spread some light like our roadmap, okay. Like this will give you clarity how exactly we will plan or take care of our training session, okay. So this thing I will try to cover in why to join RF Tech Solution, okay, with help of these 5-6 points. After that, I will discuss about like what all tools we have which we will use in our training session throughout our course, okay. Then quickly we will discuss that syllabus, the topics which we will cover in our training session, okay. Then I will show you that lab environment which you will see as a once you join a protocol tester, as a protocol tester in any company, okay. Then few things I will show you like what all companies are working in this domain, okay, what all like key players in this market, okay. Then I will show you like what our responsibility as a protocol. If anyone have any query, any concern, any comment, okay, then feel free to discuss, feel free to raise your query, okay. The last we will have that question and answer session, okay. There you can discuss your queries, your doubts, okay. So let's get started. Okay, so we have these 5-6 point, okay. So with the help of this 5-6 point, we will try to understand like why to join our tech solution, okay. So here I will try to discuss few points, the roadmap, okay, the strategies which we follow in our training session, okay, in our regular training session, okay. So very first thing is theory concept, okay. So theory concept is something, whatever topic we will discuss, okay, let's suppose we are discussing LT, let's suppose we are discussing 5G or any particular topic in 5G, okay. For example, we have 5G SA and NSA, okay, standalone and non-standalone. Or maybe like in 5G we have beamforming, in 5G we have massive MIMO, okay. So whatever topic we are discussing, whatever like scenario we are discussing, first we have to understand the theory perspective of that particular scenario, okay. Why exactly we are doing that, okay. Why we need that, what is the requirement of that scenario, okay. What call flow have, like a call flow, when we are saying call flow is something what my UE is sending to the network, what my network sending back to the UE, okay, something like that. So these things we have to understand from UE and the communication between UE and E node B, okay. So let me write down for your reference. So let's suppose we are discussing 5G, okay. So in 5G we have two different flavor, okay. One is SA, whereas NSA, okay. So first we have to understand that why we need that SA, why we need that NSA, okay. What is the difference of NSA and SA, okay. What exactly we are trying to achieve with the NSA, okay. What is the benefits we have with NSA, what is the benefits we have with the NSA, okay. Something like that we have to understand, okay. Then we have deployment option, like option 3, option 2, Option 5, option 7. Okay, so deployment option is something how we are deploying these networks, these 5G SA or NSA mode in the real time. Okay, which is my master node, which is my secondary node. Okay, something like that. So this is we just trying to understand. This is something we just try to see that what is the difference when we deploy option 2. Okay, what is the difference when we have option 3. Okay, what is option 5, what is option 7, something. These are the options we have, the deployment options we have. Okay, so these we have to understand what is difference between these all options, different deployment option. Okay, then we have call flow. Okay, then we have call flow. Call flow is, for an example, what is communication happening here between UE and G node B. Okay, what is communication we have between UE and G node B. Okay, whatever messages my UE sending to the G node B, whatever messages my G node B sending back to the UE. Okay, so all these things we have to understand. We will try to see. Okay, what is the difference between these all messages. Okay, whatever like information element we have. Okay, which we are calling IE. Okay, so suppose message we understood. Okay, this particular message we are sending or that particular message we are receiving. Okay, but that is not enough. Okay, why that is not enough? Because at the same time we have to understand that like what information we are sending or receiving in that particular message. Okay, suppose for an example we are sending RRC connection request. Okay, that is fine, we have seen, that is fine, we have covered that RRC connection request is name of one message. Okay, RRC connection request is name of that message. Okay, but what exactly we are sending in that particular message, that is equally important. Clear? Okay, I will show you like what exactly content we have. Okay, so this is something like what is different parameters we have, what is values of those parameter, what is the impact of those parameter, in which scenario what value we will use, something like that. Okay, that we will try to understand. That is something information element. Okay, then we have setup. Okay, so setup is something what setup we should use for a given scenario. Okay, for example, if we have LT. Okay, oh, sorry, if we have SA. Okay, in SA we need only 5G cell. Okay, in SA we need only 5G cell. Okay, but if we use NSA. Okay, if we use NSA, so for SA what we need, only 5G cell. Okay, but if we use NSA, then what we need, then we need 5G as well as 4G. Okay, NSA first we will connect with 4G. Okay, first we will connect with 4G, then we will add 5G cell. Okay, so that, so in that way these all things we have to understand. Okay, then most important part, test plan. Okay, test plan. So test plan is something, the strategy or the step, sequence of step which we will use, which we will follow while testing a particular scenario. Okay, while trying a particular scenario. Okay, so that is something we will see, we will try to understand what is the difference we have. Okay, what is like different scenarios we can plan. Okay, so something, suppose we have that uh, 5G. Okay, what we can do, like different, like we can try FDD, we can try TDD, we can try like any other combination. So all of these things are now my, all of these things are now my different test plan. Okay, just a second. Okay, just give me 1 minute. Yeah, sorry. Okay. So what we have? Okay, test plan. So what all scenarios we can try? What all system we can try? Okay, to test this particular scenarios. Okay. Now, next one is execution. Okay, so execution is how exactly, okay, we will run that particular scenario, how exactly we will run that uh, uh, particular that test case which we have planned to validate any particular particular use case. Okay, particular use case. Okay, so I will talk about that maybe like sometime later as well. Okay, so after execution, one of the most important thing is log analysis. Okay, so log analysis is something, suppose we have executed a scenario, that is fine. We have executed a we have executed a we have executed a uh, test plan from our planned test case. Okay, then how exactly we will check, then how exactly we will say that this is test case pass or fail. Okay, so for that we have to do the log analysis. Okay, for that we have to check in the tool, we have to check the logs in the tool that that particular test case is passing or not. Okay, so that we have to understand from these steps. Okay, so overall the key point is, when we are saying theory, okay, when we are saying theory, then we have to understand these all thing, this all thing before moving to the next step. Okay, we should be aware of what we are trying to understand, why we are learning that. Okay, related implementation of that scenario, call flow. When we are saying call flow, what message we are sending or receiving. Okay, what message we are UE sending to the network, what message my network sending back to the UE. Okay, that we have to understand. Okay, then we have test plan. Means what all scenarios we will try for that respective feature, for that respective technology. Okay, then how we will execute that scenario. Okay, what setup we will use, and how we will do the log analysis. Okay, so these are something why I'm discussing all of these things, why I have categorized these many steps. Okay, because these are something we do as a protocol testing engineer. Okay, these are something we do as a testing engineer. Okay, that is once again at the last of our session we will discuss. Okay, but yeah, this is something we will discuss for each and every topic, whatever we will discuss, each and every scenario whatever discuss, all of these steps, all of these um, category we will try to understand. Okay, so that is something we will try to see in the first step, like theory concepts. Okay, where we will understand the concept, where we will understand the call flow, where we will understand why we are doing this, why we are not doing this, what exactly we are doing. Okay, something like that. Okay, these is kind of conceptual things. Okay, now next step. Okay, so next step is my tool. Okay, next step is my tool experience. Okay, so suppose same example, we are learning essay, we are learning an essay. Okay, so we have covered everything thoroughly, we have covered everything at theory point of view. Okay, what we are doing, okay, what is the messages we are sending. Okay, what is that information element we are sending in that one, in that message. Okay, so that is something we are trying to understand. Okay, but that is enough for clearing any interview or to survive in that job once you join as a protocol testing engineer? Okay, then answer is no. Why no? Because that is something, when we are saying any feature, then same time we have to aware of the log analysis. Okay, log analysis is something what is happening real time in the tool. Okay, what all messages we are sending or receiving, what is information element, okay? How you will analyze if you see, or if you like, I'm asking you, can you please analyze this log? This is NSA call flow, okay? Then how exactly you will analyze that log, okay? So that is something, we have some tools in our industry, okay? We have some tool in our industry, like Qualcomm side, Qualcomm side, we have QXDM and QCAT, okay? MediaTek side, we have ELT, okay? Then ELT, then we have Lojal, then we have Wireshark, okay? So all of these tool we have, all of this tool we use industry wide, okay, for different company, okay? So these all tools we need to analyze the log. So what we will do, suppose from day one, whatever topic we are discussing, whatever topic we are learning, okay, at the same time we will try to analyze the log in any of these two. For an example, day one we are learning something, we will use QXTM, okay, we will use QXTM. In that way, whatever we have covered thoroughly, at the same time we will see, or we will have exposure of those particular logs in the real time tools, okay? So in that way, throughout our course, whatever topics we will cover throughout our course, whatever scenario we will see, we will try to see parallelly in any of these tools, okay? So in that way, parallelly, hand in hand, theory as well as practical, we will have the complete exposure of these scenarios, okay? Clear? Any doubt? Apart from that, definitely we will try to understand like what is the version of that tool, okay? That is also sometime important. Suppose in an interview, suddenly interviewer will ask you, okay, that is okay, you are using that tool, okay, but what is the version of that tool you are using, okay? So that is sometime, if you are not aware about that very basic thing, then that will a negative impact in that, put some negative impact in your interview, okay? Now next one, for an example, how to open the log, okay, how to save the log, okay, how to filter out the messages, how to apply filter in that particular tool, okay? Because like we have slightly different mechanism in all the tool, okay, and the steps which we are following in QXDM, that is different in the ELT, okay? Some windows which we are following in the ELT, that is different in the QXDM, okay? So those all tools, all these basic function, all these basic steps we have to understand, okay? Now how that will help you, okay, how that will help you. And that part, please put yourself on mute. uh, okay, so what we have that, suppose you are appearing in any interview, okay, you are appearing in any interview, okay, and let's suppose on an average we are taking 1 hour of interview, okay, 1 hour of interview, and out of that 1 hour, most probably, okay, system is like that, initial 20 minute people will try to evaluate you based on your practical exposure, okay, based on your practical exposure, like how much understanding you have in that scenario, okay, in that practical basically, okay? Suppose like in that tool, how you will filter out that particular message, okay? Something like that we have to understand, something like that we have to see, okay? Now next 40 minute maybe they will ask you some scenario based question, or maybe like some call flow or something, okay, in that rest 40 minute, okay? But important part is we have to survive in the first 40 minute, where interviewer will majorly focus on your practical exposure, okay? And how you will get practical exposure? With the tool. Until and unless you will not see this tool, until and unless you will not spend some time with this tool, in the log analysis, in that exposure, you will not get that much clarity. Clear? You will not get that much clarity, that much understanding, okay, how to analyze the log. Okay, and that is not, guys, believe me, that is not the matter of 1 or 2 days. Okay, now let's suppose understand that condition. Suppose we have 4 months of journey in this course, and last, if I will take 1 or 2 class on that tool, okay, will it help you in any scenario? Okay, the answer is no, because that is fine, you have seen this tool, but 1 or 2 class is not enough. Okay, we have a lot of messages, we have a lot of scenario, okay, a lot of call flows to understand. Okay, that is not possible in 1 or 2 or 3 days. Okay, that is fine for introduction point of view, that is fine that we have seen the tool, but that's enough. But that complete thing is not enough for clearing any interview, for cracking any interview. Okay, for that we need a strong fundamental understanding of the tool as well as the theory concept. Okay, they both will work together, theory as well as practical, and they will make sure that you will survive in that interview, you will perform well in the interview. Okay, so that's why again and again I'm focusing same theory as well as practical exposure. Okay, one thing, either theory or practical is not enough. Okay, if you feel that I know every tool, I'm kind of aware about like these all tools, okay, can I crack the interview? No, so still you need theory concept. Okay, if you, on other hand, if you say I am very much confident in the theory concepts, okay, but I am not aware about the tools, can I crack the interview? No. Okay, so what we need, okay, so interview point of view, this is just think from interview point of view. As a interviewer, what we will try to see, what we are looking for, we need a candidate who can join my team and start contributing in my project, start contributing in my work as soon as possible. Clear? Agree, guys? Anyone here who is kind of like manager role or maybe like in at least part of interview panel taking interviews? Anyone? Okay, no issue. So yeah, so that is something equally important, equally important to have solid understanding of the theory concept as well as exposure to the tool. Okay, anyone any doubts so far in point 1 and 2? Anyone anything? Okay, now the third thing we have hands-on tool experience. Okay, third thing we have hands-on tool experience. What does that mean? What is exactly that hands-on tool experience? Okay, so if you see here we have two module related to the tool. Okay, one is real-time tool experience, okay, and next one is hands-on tool experience. Okay, so what does that mean? What is the difference between these two module? Okay, so this is something, these two thing is I will take care in the class. Okay, these two thing is I will take care in the class. Okay, whatever I am covering in class, I will same time try to explain it with the tool in same class in our regular session. Okay, but we have seen, we have observed that is also not enough. Okay, that is also not enough. Why that is not enough? Because still you don't have any exposure, personal experience of using these tools. Okay, so to give you the experience, to give you the some exposure, we have added this separate module, module 3. What we are doing here, what we are providing here, one-to-one access of the tool, okay, of each individual candidate. Okay, to all candidates, to individual candidates, what we are providing hands-on tool experience, remote access to the tool, whatever tool I have mentioned earlier. Okay, I will show you this tool. Just wait for a few minutes. Okay, and you can spend around 10 to 12 hour with the tool, and you can practice that log analysis sessions. Okay, whatever we have seen, whatever we have learned, whatever we have covered in our regular session in as part of real time tool experience, the same thing you can practice, the same thing you can do in that 10 to 12 hour throughout our course. Okay, you can spend that time individually, okay, individually, one by one. Okay, so the only thing you have to do is in advance you have to provide the time slot that on that day from this time to this time I need access of that tool. Okay, that is the only thing you have to do. Okay, apart from that, based on that, like if the tool available, okay, then we will be able to provide the tool to you, and you can take or spend some time and do your log analysis. Okay, so believe me, this is kind of very important for you, and this will give you a lot of understanding, this will give you a lot of idea how exactly we do log analysis in the real time. Clear, everyone? Any query here? Okay. Now, next one we have separate placement cell. Okay. So what we are doing in the placement cell, we are taking care of some of the activities. Okay. Some of the things. Okay. Very first thing is your profile updation. Okay. Your CV, your Naukri profile, your LinkedIn profile. Okay. All of these profile updation we will take care. Okay. We have separate HR team. Okay. They will take care of all of these things. Okay, they will review their profile. Okay, based on the industry trends, based on what type of job description you will see. Okay, based on that we will modify your profile. Suppose you have experience, more experience, 10-year or 15-year of experience. Okay, then we may need to manipulate your experience as well. Okay, so based on the requirement, based on that, like to align your profile with the requirement, okay, we will modify your CV, we will modify your profile. Okay, so that is something we will do. apart from that Apart from that, after every month, okay, we have 4 months of course, so after every month we will take one demo interview. Okay, to track your activity, to track your progress, to track your how, like in which area you are doing good, in which area you need some more improvement. Okay, so that feedback we can share it with you. Okay, so that is something we'll do after every month. Every month whatever we have covered in that respective month, we will try to take the demo interview. Okay, so provide you the provide you the feedback. Okay, once we complete the course, then one main interview we will take. In that main interview, whatever we have covered, the complete course, the complete topics, we will take the interview based on that. Okay, now next we have once you complete that interview, so at least two reference we will provide based on our reference. Okay, like RF Tech Solution reference, we will share your CV and we will schedule two interview at least for you in the industry. Okay, but the you have to clear that interview. Okay, because that the motive behind this is like first we just want to check that you are prepared for that interview in the industry. Okay, once you prepare, then we will share your profile in our circle. My HR team will share in circle, maybe like our past candidate we will share with them. Okay, they are also settled now. Okay, we also share in some organization. Okay, so something like that we will do, and we will try to schedule minimum two interview for you in the industry. Okay, so that is something we do as part of our placement activities. Okay, now 24/7 support. So suppose we have classes on Saturday and Sunday. Okay, we have mostly classes on Saturday and Sunday, but if you have any doubt, okay, if you have any doubt, maybe now on the weekdays. Okay, so you don't have to wait for the next Saturday and Sunday, next class. Okay, what you can do, you can just reach out to us. Okay, you can just reach out to us on that teams or that application we have, learning management system we have, our app we have, our tech solution. Okay, you can reach out to us on that platform. Okay, and we will try to close your issue or your query or your concern as soon as possible. Okay, so in that way you don't have to wait for next class. Your query will be addressed and weekdays as well. Okay, now once we complete the course, okay, once we complete the course, we will provide you the certificate as part of your upskilling. Okay, so that you can add in your CV, that you can add in, maybe like refer in your organization as like proof of your like upskilling. Okay, so that is something will help you in like just reference, right? You that you can use for reference in your whatever way you want to use. Okay, so this is something which we are providing in our session. Before we move further, anyone any doubt? Anyone any doubt? Any query? Okay, tools. Okay, so these tools, what I was discussing. Okay, so these tools we have. These tools we have. Okay, so QXDM, like Qualcomm side, we have QXDM, QCAT, MediaTek side, we have ELT, then Ubisoft, we have Logel, then we have Wireshark to analyze the PCAP logs. To analyze the PCAP log, we have this Wireshark. Okay, so these all tools we have. Okay, let me show you one by one. First is ELT. Okay, you can see here. So that is, guys, all our proprietary tool, license-based tool. Okay, we need license of for using this tool. Okay, we cannot use this without any license. Okay, so if you see here, these are the messages we have. So any particular information, any particular message, any particular trace, what we used to do, what you can check. Okay, here we have messages. What is significance of these parameter? Okay, network sending to the UE. Here UE sending to the network. Okay, what is like your uplink messages, what is your downlink messages. Okay, what is information we are carrying. Okay, what is significance of all of these information. Okay, what is possible values of all of these parameter. Okay, everything we will try to understand. These all things we will try to understand. Okay, why we are doing this, why we are doing that. Okay, so in that way all the protocol related L1, L2 trace, OTA. Okay, all of these things you can see in that tool. Okay, all of these things you can see in the tool. Okay, yeah, some other tool, let me show you. Adipak, can you please share your screen? Deepak, are you there?
Yes.
Okay, sure.
Wait, Isaiah.
Okay, sure. Okay, so now we will share that QXDM and QCAT. Okay, so that you can see this is QXDM. Okay, so similar to that whatever we have seen, right? That ELT. Okay, similar to Qualcomm based device, we have QCAT and QXDM. This is QXDM. Okay, so we have like how we have filtered out the message. This is like OTA messages. Okay, so in that OTA message, the direction, which channel we are using, what is the name of that particular message. Okay, then we have like what exactly parameter it is this particular message is carrying. Okay, so that you can check in that message. Okay, the parameter, all the parameter significant value. Okay, what we are sending, what we are receiving, everything you can see in that message. okay, in that tool basically. Okay, now another tool, Deepak. Okay, this is QCat. Okay, this is QCat. So you can see here what exactly that this is how we are doing that uh, filtering out the messages. Okay, now we have filtered out that message. So you can see here this is what that particular message is carrying. Okay, what that particular message is carrying. Okay, the information in that message, right side you can see in that window. Okay, and left side we have these messages. Okay, all of these messages. Okay, so these all things we will understand call flow wise. Okay, suppose we are discussing any call flow, then what all messages will come in that call flow. Okay, and what information that message is carrying, all these things we will try to understand. Okay, yeah, Deepak, Lojal and Vaishar, quickly if you can show. Yeah, this is Vaishar. Okay, so with the Wireshark we can analyze the recap logs. Okay, similarly upper side we have messages. Okay, upper side we have messages, and lower end you have the information that particular message is carrying. Okay, then okay, this is low level. Okay, so here you can see that left side we have messages. Okay, and the right side you can see the information element. Okay, what information element that is carrying. Okay, what information, what parameter we have in that particular message. Okay, all of these thing you can see on the right side. Okay, so that is like all tool we will use for training. Okay, thank you, Deepak. I am sharing my screen. Thank you very much. Yeah, anyone any doubts so far? Okay, so
Sir, hello sir.
yeah, yes,
This tool can generate logs or we will play logs.
both. We can
Both.
save the log and yes,
It
both
will
is possible.
generate.
Yes, if the device is connected
Acha.
with that log, then definitely it will show you the live log.
It will check. Acha.
Hmm. Okay,
Okay, sir.
capture and
Thank you.
post processing both we can do. Okay, then this is like kind of labs we have. Okay, so thoroughly we cannot provide access of this lab, but still what is the latest going on in the market, we will try to give you the highlight of those new things. Okay, so that's why like we will discuss thoroughly about these labs. Okay, so this is end-to-end ORAN lab. This is RU, this is simulators. Okay, how we will make connection. Okay, what is how we will test that RU. Okay, all these things we will discuss. This is UE. Okay, so UE we have DUT, we have a reference device. Okay, DUT is your basically testing device under test. Okay, the device, whichever device we are testing, that we call as DUT. Okay, so that we will understand, that we'll see like what is DUT, what is reference device. Okay, that thing we will try to understand. Okay, then we have here like different connections antennas you will see. Okay, so different ports you will see here. Okay, so how we will make connection. Okay, based on what we will add these antennas. Okay, and whatever like cables we will use to connect these antennas. Okay, so everything we will try to understand. Okay, all of these things we will try to understand. This is again the same, your UE. Okay, so here you can see different ports we have. Here you have different antenna ports. Okay, so in our testing we connect this device with our setup. okay, with our like with the help of like a splitter, with the help of RF cables, okay. So all of these things we will understand, how we will make our setup ready, how we will make the connections, all of these things we will see, all of these things we will try to understand. Okay, that is your base station. So here these are like we are getting in case of MIMO different streams we are getting, okay. Then in the shield box we can place our device, okay. In the shield box we can place our device and we can test that based on the behavior. Okay, that is just for your reference. Okay, so how exactly our labs look like. Okay, so we have these like this like testing setup, these are the simulators, okay, these are the devices, okay, testing base stations, okay. So these are the lab environments we have once we join any company, okay. If we are working as a protocol testing engineer, we have labs, we have wireless research lab, very advanced lab, where we have the simulators, where we have testing base stations, where we have DUT devices, okay. And if we talk about like RAN side, then we have like from ORAN testing point of view, we have DUs, we have RUs, we have different UE simulators, okay. So all of these things is present in our lab, okay, in our research labs, okay. So this is just for your reference, okay. Now these are some of the company, okay, these are some of the company which are working in this domain, some players, key players in this domain, okay. Like some of these are product based companies, some of these are operator, okay. Then UE side you have like Qualcomm, MediaTek, and all the when that product based company like Oppo, Vivo, OnePlus, Apple, okay. All of these companies are working in this domain, okay. Then for an example, this is operator, Airtel is operator, okay. Airtel is operator, okay. Nokia is product based company, Ericsson is product based company, AT&T is operator, okay. They are providing cloud services for ORAN devices, okay, ORAN infra, okay. Then we have some service based company, okay, like TCS, HCL, okay. This is operator, okay. Dell is providing this one cloud services, okay. Capgemini is service based company, okay. Amdocs, Nova, here's a stake, okay. Geo operator we have, Keysight is product based company, they are making simulator, okay, which is widely used in that different testing, okay. LTTS, LNT services, that is also service based company, okay. So all of these companies are working. TCS, Tech Mahindra, Tejas is widely hiring for that BSNL project, okay. So that is also a product based company, okay. So all of these companies are working in this domain, okay, and they are actively hiring for protocol testing engineer, wireless research domain, okay. Now any query so far, anyone, anything? Now let me quickly discuss about syllabus, okay. So syllabus part, whatever we will discuss, whatever we will see, we will try to discuss from the scratch, okay. So if you are aware of some of the topic, then that is fine. If you're not aware, then that is also fine, okay. So whoever is aware, okay, having some basic understanding, that is kind of like initial few classes will be a refresher for you guys, okay. Like for an example, like LT architecture, okay. Like what all protocols we have, interfaces, band, frame structure, okay. Resource, a grid of LT, okay. Then we have CP, what all channels we have, okay. Then we have like protocol, the power on procedure. In power on we have initial synchronization, MIB, SIB, that broadcast information, okay. Then we have preambles, okay. Rich, what is the procedure we will follow for the uplink synchronization, okay. So downlink we can achieve with PSS, SSS, and PBCH. And what about uplink synchronization? That we will achieve with the help of REH, Okay, so that we will see. Then we have like attach NAS messages, like attach PDN connectivity request. Okay, and that then we have NAS messages, authentication, security mode, RRC connection establishment, re-establishment, reconfiguration. Okay, then we have a handover, X2 handover, S1 handover. Okay, then we have measurement gap. That is also something related to your handover only. Okay, so that we will see. Then next we have like CSFB, call flow. Okay, then we have protocol layer wise, like what is MAC layer, what is the functionality of MAC layer, what is the PDU format of MAC layer. Okay, HAR, SR, BHR, PHR. Okay, these are the functions of MAC layer. DRX, discontinuous reception. Okay, then we have RLC, different data transfer mode. We have TM mode, AM mode, and UM mode. Okay, that we will understand. Then we have like PDCP. So PDCP, the mainly contributing in that ciphering and integrity protection, and one uh, that we have algo, we have ROSC, robot header compression. So whatever IP header we are getting, how exactly we are compressing that header, that we will understand. Okay, then we have CA. Okay, carrier aggregation, any like throughput scenarios, MIMO. Okay, all of these things we will discuss, we will try to understand. That we will move, then we will move to the 5G. Okay, then we will move to the 5G. Similarly similarly as LT, we will also try to discuss 5G from the scratch. Okay, miss, what is use case of 5G, what is 5G architecture, deployment option. Okay, network slicing, FR1, FR2. Okay, here like SRB concept we have. Okay, then we have like a new protocol SDAP, that we will try to understand. Okay, then we have SSB, that is new concept in 5G. Okay, earlier we were having PSS, SSS, and MIB. Okay, now we formed a block and we are calling that SSB. Okay, and that is something, right, we have in that block PSS, SSS, and MIB. Okay, so that we will try to understand. Okay, then we have core set, that is also something new in 5G. Okay, then we have RRC states. Okay, so 5G we have new RRC state, RRC inactive state. Okay, so then we have like call flow of SA and NSA, that we will see, that we will try to understand. Okay, the log with log analysis, the beam forming, very important part. Okay, the beam forming, very important part, like what is the impact of beam forming, how exactly we will change the phase and magnitude of the beam forming, what all type of beam forming we have, analog, digital, hybrid. Okay, so that we will try to understand. Then we will move to the ORAN. So ORAN we have, similarly we will try to understand what exactly we are doing in the ORAN. Okay, what is the use of that ORAN, what is the motivation behind that ORAN. Okay, then we have this CUDU and RU concept in the ORAN, that we will try to understand the different working group. Okay, so like we have 9-10 working group which is working in this domain. Okay, so we will try to understand that what exactly we are trying to achieve, what is the area of interest we have with respect to that working group. Okay, and as a protocol testing engineer, in which working group we are mainly focused. Okay, mainly working, that we will see. Then we have the architecture. Okay, RIC, non RIC, near RIC, SMO. Okay, CIPRI, WES, CIPRI. Okay, so earlier we were having that CIPRI protocol. Okay, but now we have eCIPRI protocol. Okay, in the ORAN. So that is something, we have, that is something we are doing, that is something we are following in the ORAN. Okay, then we have what that same, the difference we will see, try to understand that what is CIPRI, what is eCIPRI. Okay, then we have C plane, U plane, and S plane, that is kind of backbone of your ORAN. Okay, so the frontal is in between DU and RU, how exactly we are doing that processing in between DU and RU, that we will see, that we will try to understand. Okay, Then we have M plane. Okay, so S plane, here we have different topology. Okay, then we have M plane. What is the use of M plane? Then we have like how we will establish the net concession. Okay, then DSP servers as well. Okay, so all of these things we will try to understand. Okay, so that is all from that syllabus wise, what all topics we will cover. Okay, throughout our course. Any doubt, guys? Anyone before we move further? Any query? Anyone? Okay. Okay. Now let's understand when we are saying that protocol testing. Okay. So what is our responsibilities? Okay. Anyone here? Any idea? When we are saying protocol testing engineer, so what is our responsibility? What exactly we are doing here when we are saying that we are working as a protocol testing engineer? Anyone? Any idea? No idea?
No.
Okay. So what we have, suppose we have a client, okay, or we have a customer. For an example, Reliance Jio. Okay, Reliance Jio is the operator. Okay, so Reliance Jio wants to launch their network. Okay, and what they need maybe like suppose 64 TR RU. Okay, and the support of like 64 UE per slot, or maybe like SA or LTE. Okay, randomly I'm writing, so don't mark this one. Okay, so randomly I'm writing. Suppose they need these many feature. Okay, so what they will do, they will discuss their requirement with different vendors. Okay, like Samsung, Ericsson, Nokia, right? These are like some vendors we have, which is making this infra product. Okay, like Nokia, Ericsson, then we have Samsung. Okay, like nowadays Qualcomm also contributing that side because of ORAN. Okay, so earlier Qualcomm was limited to the UE side, but now because of ORAN, same as Qualcomm, multiple companies are contributing in this domain. Okay, now, so what they will do, they will discuss their requirement with these different companies. Okay, like Nokia, Ericsson, Samsung, okay, Qualcomm, and many companies. Okay, so now suppose they want to go with Samsung. Okay, they found that as per cost effectiveness, or that uh, what they are committing, like we can deliver that service, that product, that feature in that given point of time. Okay, and the performance, something like that. Okay, based on all of these things, they wants to go with Samsung. Now Samsung has that product. What Samsung will do, Samsung will start developing these requirement. Okay, this product. So to develop any product, what we need a hardware plus a software. Okay, we need hardware and respective software. So in that two team, we are part of software team. We are part of software team. So in that software team, development and testing. What we have? Two team, development and testing. We are part of testing team. Okay. So what is responsibility of these two teams? Development team will develop their product. Okay. Maybe like in C++, or whatever language they will use. What they will do? They will write a code. Okay. They will write a code. Okay. And they will prepare software for to support these technologies. Okay. So now they will suppose prepare the code and they will release a software, suppose software version 1. Okay, they release that software version 1. Okay, now suppose in software version 1 we have support of LT. For an example, we have support of LT. Okay, now in that LT, now as a tester, first what we need? Feature understanding. Okay, first we have to understand what exactly that feature is, what we are trying to achieve with that feature. Okay, what is the key concept of that feature, what is the call flow message. Okay, like this side, like call flow, eyes. Okay, first we will try to understand that concept. Now next we will need to design a test plan. What we will do? We will design test plan. Okay, so once we will design the test plan, okay, so we will see that how exactly we can validate that feature, how exactly we can test that feature. Okay, that is the motive behind the test plan. Okay, so that is just like list of the steps which we will perform while validating or verifying that feature. Okay, now after the test plan, what we have? Test setup. Okay, then we will do test execute. Okay, then we will do log analysis. Okay, so after doing this one, we will check that after log analysis whether the test case is pass or fail. Okay, whether the test case is pass or fail. Okay, so if that is pass, then we will submit test report. Okay, then we will prepare the test report, what is our observation, what we are observing. Then if not, then what we will do? We will raise a bug. Bug. Bug is nothing but issue in our software. What is bug? Bug is nothing but issue in our software. Okay, so what we will do? We will see that bug. Suppose bug 1, we will raise that particular scenario, this, that not working fine. Please check that one. Okay, now development team will analyze that bug, will analyze that issue. Okay, and they will provide the fix, maybe next software version 2. Okay, software version 2 for an example. Okay, now in that version 2, software version 2, what they will do? What they will do? They will provide the fix. They will provide the fix. Okay, so what we will do now? We will again try to retest it with the updated fix, with the updated software version. Okay, updated. So that we will discuss maybe like in the sessions, right? How we will prepare the device, how we will load this, build this software in the device. Okay, all those things we will discuss. Now we will try to check whether now still we are facing that issue or not. Okay, if we are not facing, then we will close this issue. With that, like now no longer we are observing that issue. Okay, now suppose 3, here we have closed this issue. Now suppose next version we will get, software version 3. For an example, here suppose we are getting support of SA. Now in SA again we will do understanding of that feature. We will design the test plan because this is new feature. Okay. Now this SA is new feature for us. Okay. So again we will do all of these things. Okay. Now if we found an issue, we will raise that issue. We will get fix. Again we will found an issue. We will raise that issue. We will get that fix. Okay. So for an example, after so many iterations, now software version suppose 100 is stable one. Okay, software version 100 is a stable one. We are not getting any issue with software version 100. Then what we will do, we will post this build or this one to the customer. Okay, Miss Geo, Samsung will post this to the Geo. Okay, and now what Geo will do, Geo will re-evaluate that software in their environment, like whatever they have asked, whether they are getting that expected behavior or not. Okay, whether they are getting that expected behavior or not. Okay, if they are getting, then that is fine, they will go further and deploy into field. If they are not, then they will also raise issues to the Samsung. Okay, they will also raise issues to the Samsung. Okay, so now this is, we should minimize whatever escalation, whatever issues we are getting from customer. We don't want those issues. As a tester, our responsibility is to find out as much as issue we can so that we can fix those issues in our in-house testing. Okay, we can fix those issues in our in-house testing. Okay, and how we will be able to find out maximum issues with understanding of FR. Okay, like the feature understanding, log analysis, and how good we are designing our test case. Okay, how good we are designing our test case. Clear? So this is in short, very overview wise, as a responsibility of a testing engineer. Yeah guys, any query here? Anyone, any doubt? Yeah guys, then that is all. Okay, please let us know if you have any query, any concern. Okay, and just take note of this number. Okay, just in case if you have any query after the class, then you can reach out to our team to this number. Me and my team is here. Okay, we are waiting for few minutes. If you have any query, anything. Yes guys, anyone? No doubt. Any query, Sankara, Jay, Mustafa, Nitin, Vidya? Okay, no issues. Then maybe just take a screenshot of this number, take note of this number. You can reach out to us just in case of any query. Okay? Yeah, guys, thank you. Thanks for your time. Okay, so this batch will start from the next week. Okay, so for other detail, just reach out to us on this number. Yeah, guys, thank you. Thanks for your time.
Thank you, sir.